Do you guys remember RuneScape? When I started playing in 2005, it was the coolest thing I had ever seen. It was a place where you could be anyone or anything you wanted to be. You want to fight monsters? Please, come murder these goblins, they're disgusting. Do you want to cook delicious foods? Gordon Ramsay would love to be in a RuneScape kitchen. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but it's pretty cool. Do you want to mine ores, melt them into bars, and then make those bars into awesome pieces of armor and weapons that you can use? Well, that's a thing. That's a thing too. You can do that as well. You can even sail to a volcanic island and slay a dragon.
I mean, you can. I definitely don't have the stats.
But my favorite part about RuneScape has always been the quests. I mean, the people, the places, the storylines, it's so cool. Right about now, you're probably saying, Marcus, everybody knows what RuneScape is. But this, whatever the heck you're showing on the screen right now, this is not it. Well, friend, that's because you probably remember it looking a little more like this. On February 22nd, 2013, in answer to fans' demands, RuneScape's developer Jagex released Oldschool RuneScape to the public. Spawned from a 2007 backup they had in storage, Oldschool brought back the game that so many fell in love with their first time around. I even went back to Oldschool and I had an enormous rush of sweet, sweet nostalgia. However, Father? Oh, he's an NPC. He's not gonna... I have a confession to make. I really like RuneScape 3. I know. But hear me out. I've played RuneScape off and on since 2005, and I cannot stress off and on too much here. When I was young, RuneScape 2 was really tough for me. That being said, I still had a lot of fun and I kept coming back to it over and over again. When Jagex started making all their big changes, I really didn't mind too much. I had never been good enough at the game to really fall in love with its specific mechanics, so anything Jagex could do to make playing the game a little easier was great. As long as I could still fight, mine, smith, and quest, I was happy. Don't get me wrong, I really love Oldschool too. It takes me back to when I was a little youngster in 5th grade, just being an idiot. I'm one of those rare people who actually likes both games. But what is it that makes people love one game and hate the other? What differences and changes divide fans so passionately? I think I have a way we can find out. Meet my new characters. Oldschool RuneScape versus RuneScape 3. Yes, I made my characters female because, hang on, let me check this. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's 2019, shut up! With these two brand new characters, we'll dive deep into both versions of the game and figure out what works, what doesn't, what changes people like, and what should have stayed the same. Welcome to Oldschool versus RuneScape 3. Alright, so here we are in Tutorial Island. We're going to start with Oldschool because, you know, Oldschool came first. So most people skip the tutorial in their videos, and I thought about it, but since the tutorials are showing you the basics of the games, I figured this would be a great way to highlight the differences between both game mechanics. So you can kind of consider this like the first quest. I'm going to be using quests as the jumping off point for these comparisons. But I may use other things in the future, so if you guys want to see me do Slayer in both games, or if you guys want to see me do any kind of skills in both games, let me know, and we can do that too, but I'm going to be starting primarily with quests. I love this chef. He totally has no respect for the tutor I just talked to, whatever her name was, Brianna. I'm like, oh, she already taught me how to cook. And he's like, that? It's so funny that you think that's real cooking. No, she's nothing. She's nothing. Don't talk to her ever again. I love how you don't even say goodbye to these people. Like, they help you out and they teach you, and then you're just like... You think we could make an axe? Maybe we could cut down some trees? Let's make a sword. We're gonna need a sword, right? Because we're gonna go fight some rats. Let's make a sword instead of a dagger. Oh. Obviously, I named my character this for the series, but it kind of takes me out of the immersion because how would you even say that? Like, hi, my name is OSRS and RS3. Do I look like I care? You should care. My name is nonsense. I might have just had a stroke just then, for all you know. Look at these beautiful stats. Look at that. You know what? I might just do Dragon Slayer right out the bat. I think I could do it. Very good, but that little butter knife isn't going to protect you much. Jeez, this whole tutorial is just them making fun of you for not knowing how RuneScape works. When that's the whole point of Tutorial Island, is for them to teach you how RuneScape works. Oh, I gotta go talk to this guy in this back room? I don't like this very much. I need an adult. I am an adult. Oh, no, he said, I'm the account guide. Alright, I'm just gonna blow through the rest of this tutorial, cause, you know, this is pretty standard stuff. Oh, hey, it's my friend list. Empty. By the way, if you guys, if you want to be my friend, prepare yourself. Yay! We did it. That was the tutorial. And after you're done with that tutorial, it takes you to Lumbridge, as usual, and then, boom. There you go. Now play the game. So before we continue, I just want everyone to know that this is going to be a family-friendly series, alright? So if you have kids, gather them around. They can watch. It's okay. It's going to be family-friendly. Kids are more than welcome. You're going to learn a lot of life lessons here, alright? So it's safe. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's murder this man.
All you need is an upgrade. Whoa, that new upgrade smell.
Alright, here we are, RuneScape 3, Tutorial Island. Let's knock this out. Look at that difference. Look at the way his head moves. It's incredible. One thing I like about RuneScape 3 that you can kind of already see is that you can get the camera closer to your character and still see everything that's going on. I feel like in RuneScape 2, you can't really do that. Another thing I love about RuneScape 3 is the tool belt. Now the tool belt carries all of your essential tools, so like your tinderbox, your axe, your pickaxe, things like that. And that means you don't have to carry those things in your backpack when you need them. They're just always on you and they don't take up any inventory space. Now some people don't like that because it kind of removes the challenge and it kind of makes it a little less realistic. So like you're always carrying these things while you're running around, but I'm really lazy, so I love it. There she goes, tinderbox already in my tool belt. Look at that beautiful fire. Look at it. Just look at it. So this guy's being just as hateful in this game as he was in the other one. And look at this facial animation. He is on the verge of disgust. This is another thing I like about RuneScape 3 is they bring up menus like this. I like these skilling menus a lot. And I know there's something similar in Oldschool, but this is just a lot more versatile, and I like the pictures because I'm not very smart boy, so pictures really help me out a lot. This looks nice. Look at this. I'm sorry, I know old school people are going to hate this, but most of this series is going to be me marveling at the amazing RuneScape 3 graphics. At least I think they're amazing. Okay, let's talk about mining in RuneScape 3. So mining in RuneScape 3 is a lot more AFK than it is in old school. So the way it works is, you have two options. Click on a rock, and just let your character mine all day long, because rocks don't deplenish now, so you can just sit at a rock all day long, or until your backpack fills up, or you can pay attention, and when you start to see this cool particle-y thing on one of the rocks, if you click on that rock, you'll get more XP than if you just sat at another rock. Smithing is also different, but I'll cover that in another episode, because honestly, this is just taking way too long, and I want to go to bed. Combat is also a pretty extensive thing, so we'll talk about that in another episode too. I'm going to go ahead and set up my pin on Tutorial Island. Don't peek, okay? This is top secret information. I always pictured his voice as like, hello, I am a monk. And now he's like, I'm also the community officer around here, so it's my job to tell you about your friends and ignore list. Here we go, home stretch, baby. Home stretch. RS3 Tutorial Island is almost wrapped. So he's not going to send us to Lumbridge like in Old School. He's going to have us use the Lodestone network. Now, people who love Old School are probably going to hate me for saying this, but I really like the Lodestone network. I'm lazy and I hate walking everywhere. But one thing I do like is you do have to walk there at least once so that you can activate the Lodestone. So you do get to walk to every city at least once, which I like because then you get a feel of the map, but you don't have to walk everywhere for the entire game or until you have a really high magic level. Alright, we're gonna do what he says. We're gonna teleport to Lumbridge. Yay, here we are. Just bathing in the Lodestone. We did it! We're done! And the game has nothing left to teach us. Well, kind of. You see, RuneScape 3 has this thing called Pathfinder, and Pathfinder actually guides you through some different tasks and quests for beginners. So RuneScape 3 still kind of holds your hand there at the beginning, and some people don't like that, but new players might love that because it doesn't just stop at the tutorial. There's actually more that the game can teach you. And I actually did Pathfinder with this new character, but I'm not sure if you guys want to see that. So if you guys want to see it, let me know and I can show you what things Pathfinder makes you do, what quests you go on, and things like that, if you're interested. If not, just forget about it. There is one thing I did in Pathfinder that I'm going to show you eventually, but that's a surprise. We're going to hold on to that. But for now, let's get back to some quests. Okay, so we're going to start with Ernest the Chicken. So this quest, from what I understand, is pretty much exactly the same in RuneScape 3 as it is in Old School. You know, obviously, except for graphical updates. So we're gonna start with this one, because some quests are the same, they haven't changed. And then we're going to do some quests that are only slightly different, and then we'll do some quests that are completely different. So strap on your hats, because we're gonna... Strap on your hat. It's going well so far. This is going really well. I would also like to point out, I didn't change the shirt because I forgot you could do that, so I did not pick the crop top. The crop top picked me. Let's talk to Veronica with her little girl pigtails. Oh, look. It's Rick from Rick and Morty. Morty, don't touch anything in here. There's a lot of sensitive equipment. Oh, that was a terrible Rick impression. And not worth destroying my throat over. Oh, so you know where he is. That's good. That's great. He's that chicken. He's what? Okay, so you guys know the drill. He turned him into a chicken. We have to help turn him back. So there's a bunch of parts for his machine all over the mansion, and we have to go get them. So let's do this guy's work for him. All right, there is the fish food. Yoink. There she is. Yoink. The poison is ours. Do you think this poison-fish food combination would work on humans? Asking for a friend. Alright, let's dig through this poop and find the poop key. There we go. Alright, let's kill these idiots. Alright, now we have the pressure gauge. We are ready to go back into the manor. Here we go. Okay, we just gotta get in here quick. Go, 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 go. And then get out. Oh. It didn't work. Okay. Let's try again. Now get it. Okay, I got it. Out, 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 out. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine dying on Ernest the Chicken? That'd be so embarrassing. Okay, now the levers. Not even gonna lie, I definitely just looked this up because I just don't have that kind of time. So I'm just gonna skip the levers. Hey, there we go, last piece of the puzzle. Now let's go back to that weird scientist man and tell him that we have everything we need. Hey there, Rick. I am sorry. Hey, there we go. Beautiful. Now let's hop on over to RuneScape 3. Alright, here we are back in RuneScape 3. Now let's teleport to Drainer using the wonderful home teleport system. Boom! Here we are. Now this quest is pretty much exactly the same in RuneScape 3 as it is in Old School, so I'm just gonna breeze on through this so you guys don't have to see the same crap all over again. But I do want to point out, I love how Drainer Manor looks in this new game. Like, it's so good.
Grass tastes bad.
Alright, fish food, check. Poison, check. Since I already have the spade in my tool belt, I can just start digging. And voila, grimy key. Poison the food, there we go. Pressure gauge, check. Oh, and there he is. Just gonna grab that, don't mind me. Just keep staring at the wall, thank you. I don't know if that was supposed to be that easy, but that was definitely too easy. Alright, here we go, last lever. Booyah. Alright, oil can, check. Guess what, Doc? You didn't believe in me, but here I am.
What was that?
That's Ernest the Chicken done in both Old School and RuneScape 3. Pretty much exactly the same. Look, it already marked my next quest for me. I don't really want that, but thank you for the initiative. I appreciate your enthusiasm, RuneScape. So yeah, they're basically exactly the same. And some quests are like that, where they really are just pretty much exactly the same as they are in Old School, except for, you know, obviously the graphical reworks. And the layout of the house is a little different, but for the most part, it's exactly the same. So now that we've done that, let's head back to Old School. Alright, here we are back in Old School RuneScape. Now we're gonna do Cook's Assistant. Now, Cook's Assistant is a very basic quest, so I'm not gonna show you guys all the footage because that would just be a waste of time. So we'll just cover the highlights. Boom, egg, boom, flour, boom, milk. Give it to the cook, and there we go. Cook's Assistant done. Now let's head to RuneScape 3 and just let's get this over with. This video's too long already. Okay, so let's just gather our ingredients just like we did last time. Should be exactly the same. So we just need to get an egg. What's this over here? Oh, it says super egg. Oh, and it has that symbol next to it, which means we need that for Cook's Assistant. So let's grab that. There we go. You have no reason to pick that up. Eggs of that size are only useful for... Excuse me? So apparently in RuneScape 3's version of this quest, you can't just prepare everything ahead of time because you actually need specialized ingredients, and you're not allowed to get those ingredients until you talk to the cook first. So we have to go talk to the cook first, and then we can go get everything else, which I guess sucks if you like preparing for the quest ahead of time, but oh well. There we go, we talked to the cook, and now we can go get everything that we need. Alright, that's the super egg. Okay, gotta talk to this lady first or else it won't work. That's the extra fine flour. Now all that's left is the special milk. I am super lazy, so I'm just going to teleport back to Lumbridge using the home teleport. You can judge me if you want, but I just don't feel like it. I decided not to get milk first because I said, you know what, I can just cross that bridge when I come to it. Kill me. Alright, we gotta talk to this lady first or else it won't work. And boom, there's the last ingredient. Now let's go back to the cook. Booyah! That is Cook's Assistant done, both in Old School and in RuneScape 3. Alright guys, that's where we're gonna stop for this episode, but before we sign off, I want to do something, and I think I'm gonna do this at the end of every episode, because I think it kind of ties each episode together really well, and it gives us a really good way to see how my characters are progressing differently in each version of the game. So we're going to look at my character stats at the end of each episode in both games. So let's start with Old School. So right off the bat, not very many levels. As you can see, mostly everything is a 1, except for attack, which is 2, and cooking, which is 4. Now, to me, that's not too crazy because we haven't done that many quests, and we haven't done that many quests, especially that give any combat XP or anything like that. So this doesn't honestly surprise me, and it seems kind of normal for just coming off of Tutorial Island and only doing 2 of the most minimal quests. So I'm not honestly surprised by this. So let's look at the RuneScape 3 stats. So as you can see, we've got a huge difference here. I mean, 12 attack, 16 constitution, even mining, 9 strength. Like, we have so many, 10 defense. There's just so many levels that we have. We have 4 magic. So there's a huge difference here. And I think the biggest reason is the Pathfinder missions and quests that we had to go on after Tutorial Island. So in Old School, you know, you just do Tutorial Island and then you're done. But here, because we had to do these Pathfinder quests and tasks, we got a lot more experience points. Now, it might also be easier to get experience points in RuneScape 3, but I'm not quite sure if that's what it is or if it's just because of Pathfinder, but already we can see there's a huge divide between Old School and RuneScape 3, even just in the stats and the XP gained, so that's pretty interesting. Alright guys, that really is it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more content like this, please hit the like button, please subscribe to my channel, and please comment down below how you'd like to see me compare these 2 games. Would you like me to do Slayer, or would you like me to do something else? Any ideas you guys have, or any cool restrictions you think I should try out, let me know. I want to hear what you think. I want to try those things out, and I want to make this the most interesting series for you guys as I can, so please leave those comments down below. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time.